beautiful souls, and welcome back to Baha Gaia Tarot. In our spirit talk today, we will be discussing how to block negative energy. Now, we all know these things called energy vampires exist. Some people are just triggers, natural triggers for us that set us ourselves on edge. So, how do you combat this energy? How do you stop a lower vibrational person with negative energy from affecting you? How do you block that energy sucking trait? How? I have people asking me this a lot. Gaia, how do you do it? How is it done? Well, it's simple. It may not sound that simple, but it is still very simple. Knowledge of self, acceptance of self. Let's use me as an example. Sometimes I do falter and end up slipping into a negative mindset because of another individual. But then I realize and remember that this energy, this feeling that I'm feeling is not me. It does not stem from me. And especially if you're empathic, you tend to pick up everyone else's bullshit, everyone else's energy, everyone else's BS. And it feels like it's your own. But it's until you recognize your own energy, your own self, that you can differentiate the difference between someone else's energy affecting you and your own energy affecting you. So, what I like to do when situations come up and I am just about to snap, I'm a bit livid, this person is really pissing me off, I stop and I'm like, I take a breath and I'm like, you know what? This is not my energy. This is not me, because I know my energy, I know myself, and I know what I emanate. I know the energy and vibration that I give off. And once I realize that, it's a lot easier for me to correct that energy as opposed to me just dwelling in it and being absorbed into it and falling into the trap, because that's what it is. It is a trap. Now, how do you know yourself? Through meditation, active or moving meditation, journaling, just reflection of self. And what I gave someone, let me just say, I gave someone some opinions, advice the other day when she was asking me about energy and all of that, and she was so frustrated, like, this person, every time they come around me, that they suck, because you are allowing it, and you are allowing it by actually meeting them on their vibrational wavelength. Yeah. So it's easier for someone to transmit energy to you when you're on the same wavelength. And when someone triggers you into responding negatively, they're bringing you down to their lower vibrational energy, which then increases the sucking value of the energy sucker, whatever they got going on. So, energy meets energy. Energy matches energy. Once you remain high, no matter how low someone's energy is, they can't reach you. They have to rise up to meet you. Don't you let them and their BS or whatever they're going through and their vibrations bring you down, because when it does, that's a whole vortex of just overwhelming pressure, anger. We find that if you're empathic, right, especially empaths, if you're empathic, this message might ring extremely hard home for you, because empaths have a problem differentiating their energy from the energy of others. As an empath, you may not even acknowledge if you're an empath. If you're an empath, you take on other people's energy, you sense it better. You may not even be aware that you're an empath. Now, because empaths have to learn to differentiate their energy and protect their energy, it's easier for them, once they master this, to block people out. And you don't have to be an empath to do this. This can be done by anyone anytime, at any point. And it's as simple as realizing when someone has lower vibrational energy than you. If someone comes around you on some ish, and you are able to spot that right away, that this person energetic from an energetic frequency is down there. So when I talk to them, I can't allow them to bring me down there or suck from me. I like to envision myself as a barrier. I do this all the time when I'm talking to people that are difficult, in difficult situations where their energy can affect me. If I open the portal and allow it, as like I said, if I allow their energy to affect mine and bring it down lower, then I open the portal. So to stop myself from opening the portal, I envision a shield, because sometimes you can't not talk to people. You have to deal with certain human beings. So you have to build up a barrier and boundary. And boundary doesn't mean stating, huh, you will not suck my energy anymore, you energy vampire. I will not allow you to. Boundary is simply within yourself saying, okay, I know exactly what and who I'm dealing with. I can't allow this person to affect me on a negative level. A lot of times I'm talking to folks and I have an invisible barrier directly in front of me, over me, around me, and they fail to realize it. What I try to do is pass on positive energy. I don't try to take energy from people, I try to give energy. And it's kind of hard with energy vampires because they seem to want more and more and more. But you have to know yourself and know your cutoff point. You can only help someone or reason with someone for a short amount of time until you start to feel exhausted. When you start to feel exhausted by being around this person or people, then you've reached your maximum limit of BS tolerance. And I call it a maximum BS tolerant limit, like, because some people don't even know that they're energy vampires. They don't even realize that they're feeding off of you. They don't realize that they're sucking your energy and your vibrations. So you in turn sometimes have to be the one to tell them. Someone's walking. So you in turn sometimes have to be the one to be aware of this. So it all it comes down to is awareness of self and awareness of your own energy. Because when you're acutely in tune with your own energy, you will protect that. You will block out anything that disturbs it. But like I said, the barrier is one of the best things that has worked for me. I used to get triggered all the time. There are some coworkers that I got that just, even in relationships, triggered me. And I realized I'm being triggered because I'm allowing myself to be triggered. Now, I don't want to insult anyone, but if you know someone who's like dumb, how often are you going to get mad at a person for being dumb? I know that this slipper is blue. And every time the slipper shows me that it's blue, am I going to get upset? The slipper is just a blue slipper. How I react to the slipper, however, is in my control. And how you react to negative people, that's your control. Do you allow them in? Do you allow them to suck your energy? Do you allow them to affect you negatively? Or will you say, you know what? You can't help it. You don't know any better. You are just a blue slipper, and that's all you know to be. That's all you know to do. The only way I can help myself and be positive and make myself happier is how I interact with this blue slipper. Okay, you're a blue slipper. And let me give you a better scenario and example. I'll use a human. Everyone has the coworker that's just agitating, and they agitate everyone. They get on everyone's nerves. And I had one in particular, and every time we would work, I would get so pissed off, and I would be like, old person. And then I evolved and matured, and I found myself, and I started meditating, and I became one with myself and my energy. And now we're so cool. We're not friends, but we're cool because it's at the point where what he does and how he is does not affect me anymore because I understand that that's just him. When we start accepting people for who they are and what they are, it makes the transition so much easier because we're expecting people to not be vampires, not be rude, not be a jerk, not be a total bitch, XYZ. But we can't expect ourselves out of people. We can't expect the things that we would do out of anyone else. So going forward, once you understand a person and be like, okay, I can see that you're just unhappy. And when you're just unhappy, there's nothing that I can say or do that will make you happy. But when you're unhappy, you will try to pass that unhappiness on to me. Am I going to get vexed at you when you try to do that? Am I going to be pissed when you bring your unhappy energy around or when you throw that on me? Or when you try to throw it on me? No. You can't get mad at a child for being a child and acting like a child. I repeat, you cannot be mad at a child for being a child and acting like a child. Think about that. Let that process for a second. People just how they are for whatever spiritual growth reasons, they are who they are. And we accept that. We don't let that affect us. I accept that you're an asshole. But your assholiness, if that's a word, will not affect me. You just are how you are. How I will look, I will be stupid if I know someone is an asshole and I keep getting mad at them for being an asshole. You're just an asshole. And when I accept that about you, I'm like, yeah, that's just him. And then we see people have a higher tolerance, and your tolerance grows. Your understanding grows. Your patience grows. Your barrier is up. Now there's nothing that coworker does that ticks me off to the point where it affects my energy anymore. I'm just like, it's just my coworker being my coworker. That's just him. It trust me, when you reach that level of knowledge of self and understanding and accepting of others, it's so much easier for you to build your boundaries and put up a barrier of energies that affect you, because that's what you're here for. You're here to learn. We're all here how to learn to love and live as one despite our differences. And when we fight that, it causes problems. So you're not here to fix anyone else. You're not here to fix the effed up coworker or the misled partner or the confused parent. You're not here for that. They're on their own journey. Your journey is to learn to accept people, energy, spirits as they are, while still honoring your own and not allowing how they are to affect you. All right. What else? I think that is all I have for you today, guys. I just wanted to touch on boundaries and energy boundaries and all of that. So, peace, love, and light. Have a nice day, and I'll see you soon for another spirit chat, talk, whatever. All right, bye.